Hey everyone, so if you've clicked on this video, chances are you don't have a lot of time, so we're going to get straight into it by coming into your hero pose at the back of the mat, just sitting onto the knees. Let the palms just rest onto the knees for a second. Just find a nice straight spine, so aligning the crown of the head, the heart, the pelvis. And even though you've got a little bit less time, just take a moment, the next few seconds, to just arrive, to drop into the body, to notice the sensation of breath, just to notice what energy you house within you today. So we're going to start off with 3 cleansing breaths. Take an inhale to inflate the belly. Exhale, sigh release out the mouth. 2 more like that. Big breath in. Long exhale to release. Last one, big breath in. Exhale to completely release. And then slowly blinking the eyes open. Just walk the hands forward for me, coming in towards the tabletop. A few rounds of cat-cow to get into the spine. So from here, dropping the belly, lifting the heart, rolling the shoulder blades back on the breath in. Keep the elbows soft. As you breathe out, start by tucking the tailbone under, rounding through every segment of the spine as you send your gaze towards your knees. A few more times, the breath in, dropping the belly, lifting the heart, lifting the chin. The breath out to round and release. Perfect. One more. Big inhaling, dropping the belly, lifting the heart. This time as you exhale, round through the spine, hold it there, belly button in. We're going to tuck the toes, push in towards the toes and slightly lift the knees off. So lifting the knees to a hover, maybe like 5 centimeters off the ground. Energetically pull the wrists towards the knees, knees towards the wrists, creating a little bit of heat for 2. And 1, lengthen up through the legs, coming into your first downward facing dog. And as always, in your downward dog, just take a little bit of movement, a little bit of a shimmy from side to side. Check in with the hamstrings, check in with the shoulders. And then slowly make your way in towards stillness. Soften the knees, chest back towards the thighs, and take a deep breath in. Exhaling to release. And then slowly step in the left foot in between the hands today. Once the left foot comes forward, drop the right knee down on the ground. Keep the toes tucked for now and take an inhale to rise. We're coming into that low lunge. We want to energetically pull the left hip back, right hip forward, and squeeze in towards the glutes so we can feel that nice sensation on that right thigh. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, draw the hands in towards the heart, shoulder blades down. We take a breath in to lengthen. The breath out, twist towards the left-hand side. Perfect. Again, trying to keep that head, that heart, and the pelvis in one line. From here, take an inhale to open the palms. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more times like that. So the breath in, we're lengthening. We're pulling the shoulder blades down, energizing through the fingers. And then exhale, hands to heart. Last one, keep that stability in the back foot, keep the arms open this time, keep reaching through that left palm, keep pushing that way in towards that right toe. Now keeping the twist on the inhale, using the exhale to drop the right hand down in line with the left toes and left arm goes high, twisted low lunge. The back toes should still be tucked, so from here, push through that right big toe, lift the right knee off the ground and lengthen up. If you can, take your gaze towards the ceiling. Good. Take one more big breath in. And then as you breathe out, this left hand's going to come in and we're going to turn towards the right hand side of the mat. Good. Lengthening out through the legs. Turn the heels in, toes out. Soften through the knees and slowly rise. We're going to come all the way up into a few goddess squats. So take an inhale, raise the arms. Using the exhale to draw the hands towards the heart, bend the knees, tailbones tucked under here. 2 more times. Big breath in, we rise. The breath out, using that exhale to just pull it down into that intensity. 1 more time. Big breath in.
As you breathe out, hands to heart, bend the knees, give yourself a little bit of a shake. It's the first time probably getting into the hips today, I know. Keep tucking the tailbone under, weight to the outside of the feet, no tension in the shoulders for 2. I know. And 1. Inhale, we're going to rise all the way up. Perfect. And then one last posture before we move on to the opposite side. So we want to turn the left toes out and sneak the right foot in so it's like 45 degrees. We're going to square everything off towards the front of the mat. If the right foot needs to come out a little bit, feel free. Think of a warrior 1 shape first. Take an inhale. As you exhale, we're going to straighten out through that left leg, coming low into our pyramid. Hands can come onto the floor, to the block. Just think of lengthening out through that hamstring. Good. Every inhale to lengthen, every exhale to find a little bit of depth. Taking 2 more breaths here. Big breath in, big breath out. Last one, big inhale. Exhale, belly towards the thigh. And then slowly bend back through that left knee. Hands towards the floor, step back towards your plank. Just hold it there, find a little bit of heat, a little bit stability for 2. And 1, hips high, heels low, downward facing dog. 2 breaths as a reset. If you need those in your child's pose, feel free. And just get a sense of being suspended here. So we're not forcing too much. We're just letting the body and the joints do their work. Right hand side, so right foot steps forward. Left knee comes down on the ground. Left toes stays tucked, arms go high on the breath in. Remember that activation of pulling, so that right heel pulls in, left knee pulls forward. We've got a nice stable base to move from on the inhale. The exhale, hands towards the heart. Plug the hands in towards each other, elbows wide, shoulder blades down, big breath in. Using the exhale to twist towards the right. Try not to lean too far forward or back. Keep that stability in that center line. 3 openings. So inhale to open the palms, looking back. And then exhale, hands to heart. 2 more times. Big breath in. Keeping the weight on both feet nice and equal. Exhale, palms to heart. Last one. Big breath in, finding that length. Right shoulder blade draws down. Crown of the head's reaching up high. She nearly fell. Take a breath in. Keeping that twist, the exhale, the left hand goes down, find that stability. Reach the right arm up, tuck the left toes, and lift the left knee off the ground. Perfect, so try not to turn in on yourself. Think of reaching up towards the ceiling while keeping the hips nice and square. We're going to take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, we're turning towards the left-hand side this time. I'm just going to face the camera. Perfect. And then finding a little bit of a forward fold, a little bit of a shimmy. Turning the heels in, toes out, soften the knees to ragdoll the spine and come up. So a little bit of a different goddess now. So take an inhale to rise up. As you exhale, bend the knees. Let the hands pass through the heart and then bring the hands to the inside of the knees. Give yourself a little bit of a shift from side to side. You might be able to get lower. We're going to add a twist, so inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, right shoulder comes down, gaze towards the left, so twisting through the spine. If you heard my back crack, I'm sorry. Good. 1 more breath there. Take an inhale to bring it through center. Exhale, left shoulder comes in, gaze towards the right. Perfect. Now breathe in, bring it all the way up, hands towards your heart, take an extra breath, activate, so push through the sides of the feet, and then inhale to rise and bring it up. I know. Left toes turn in, right toes turn out, so coming into that warrior 1 shape on that right leg, so bending through the knee, squaring the hips, so that pulling of the right hip back, left hip forward. If the left foot needs to roll a little bit out, it can. Take a breath in. The breathe out, think of leaning forward with a straight spine. So coming down towards that right foot, hands to the floor, to the block, wherever feels comfortable. Just try not to open the hip, keeping everything nice and square. And again, using the breath to find a little bit more length in the hamstrings, so the inhale is growing out from the sit bones, belly towards the thigh. And the exhale is the softening, the crown of the head towards the toes. Good. Taking 1 more breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then slowly plant through the hands. Left foot can step back a little bit. Find your plank pose. Just a little bit more heat. Good. Rounding through the upper back. Push the floor away. Take one more breath there. And then as you breathe out, just lower your knees, drop your hips towards the floor, come in towards a cobra pose on the breath in. The exhale, head towards the ground. So a few little back bends to finish. Elbows come in, think of pulling those shoulder blades down the back to inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale to bring it back down. One more time, big breath in. We're lifting and lengthening. The breath out to send it down. Now this time I want you to come up to a spot in which you can hold, so depending on your flexibility or what feels good today. Arms can be straight. I would recommend a little soft bend in the elbows to keep the chest forward. And just give yourself a little bit of a semicircle with the head and neck. So just move it from left and right. So we're just getting into those connectors of where the chest meets the sides of the neck. Particularly if you've been in a desk or you go into a desk all day, it should feel good. Taking one more breath in, and then as you breathe out, come and sit back towards your heels. You can visit a child's pose as a little bit of a release. And then we're going to end exactly where we started, in towards the seat. Just a moment of reflection before you finish. To let out a deep breath. To notice how the smallest and quickest of movements can take effect to the body. I'm wishing you all a beautiful rest of the day. Namaste, guys.